What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hooker Podcast, episode 120. Let's go. We got some more fights this weekend. We got PFL 9 coming up, not 8. I almost said that in my head. UFC, it's an alright card. It's good, but it's not the best. It's Apex, you know what I mean?
It's really not a bad card. I don't know why you're describing it like that. Because I feel like we describe cards like that are like super meh. But like I'm pretty excited for multiple fights, which is more than we ever get for an Apex.
I guess for me, the biggest thing is that it's just another 10-fight UFC card that we're getting. And it's like...
It'll be 11 technically because the last fight for the Tough finale has not been announced. So there's that. But I know that's only one more fight.
That does air tonight, doesn't it? Not tonight, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of totally forgot about that. Oh shit, yeah, that they both won, and that's why they're fucking fighting on this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you?
I didn't know that was supposed to be on this card.
That's crazy. Okay, anyway, move on.
I was just like, oh, they're just two people that lost, and they're just booked them for this.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot the existence of Tough this season until they started talking about this card, and I'm like, oh yeah, Tough is still going on. Can we just get rid of Tough?
Forgetting about it, but like seeing that fight, I'm not an idiot like Jimmy, so I saw that fight and was like, oh, this is the Tough finales. We gotta wait for the next one.
Well, I guess it is because I don't know, it only had the one, so that's why I just didn't like. I'm just like, this is fucking, you know. Either way, we got some fights to talk about. PFL and UFC. Let's go. PFL 9 on Friday. It's pretty alright. These tournament fights aren't too bad. We got 170 pounds, 145 pounds. Main event, Brendan Loughnane versus Kai Kamaka III. Are Kai's about to go back-to-back with 2 first-round knockouts?
I don't know about that.
No.
Kai's gotten 1 knockout in his life, and he has been on a decision streak.
Yeah, he is
Brendan,
the
on the
exact
other hand.
reverse of Kai Kara France.
If anyone in MMA deserves the title of decision merchant, it is Kai Kamaka III.
That's Movzar Evloev, brother. 8-0 in the UFC, 8 decision wins. That's pretty damn beautiful. I love it. But Brendan Loughnane, Kai Kamaka III.
Brendan's the opposite. He can make it fun. Like, he'd definitely be finishing people, so...
Yes.
Like, yeah, he took the 1 loss to Jesus Pinedo, and that was pretty nasty, but it's like... Overall, he's good, and he's been doing well this season.
For sure. 100%. I just wonder if it's gonna be tough for Brendan to be able to find the finish on Kai, because he just is a very solid, just well-rounded fighter. Like I said, he goes to decision a lot. He's not a finisher, but he has the skills to usually just edge out his opponents and just get, like, you know what I mean, just win enough over the rounds to get it done. And I just wonder, especially with the last one, like, there are times where Brendan will just sit back a little bit too much and not go. The last one against Justin Gonzalez, like, he clearly showed to hurt him every time he touched him. And it just, I mean, he did still get the finish, so obviously that's great. But it's like, I don't know, it just felt like he was a bit too patient in that one. I wonder if he doesn't go enough, if he just might end up slowly losing a decision over 3 rounds in this one.
He could. That's definitely potential.
Yeah. That's possible. I just tend to lean towards the guy who has more ways of winning a fight. And Brendan Loughnane 100% has more ways of winning this fight.
That's very fair. I definitely agree with that, because like, Kai's got 14 wins, 1 sub, 1 KO, you know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think his skill set's going to be able to... If he's not finishing a lot of these guys, he's not going to finish Brendan Loughnane.
Oh, no, not at all. That's why it's like... That's where I really feel like this is Brendan's fight to lose, and it's really going to be if he just doesn't do enough. You know what I mean? That's where I just feel like that could just end up being possible. Kai just grabbing clinches when he needs to like stall him out. You know what I mean? Staying out of range when he needs to. And because it's like Brendan does like to try and fight like, I don't know, sometimes just like on the feet, like it feels like he's trying to really fight clean, but he's also there to get hit. You know what I mean? So that's where I feel like Kai can make this interesting, but it'll definitely be on Brendan to try and actually make this a very fun fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's definitely who we're looking to if we want this fight to be fun.
Oh, for sure.
So.
And overall, I am definitely just more of a fan of Brendan Loughnane, so I really am hoping that he does get it done. Gets another finish, that would just be awesome heading into the championship again. So let's go, Brendan Loughnane, see how that main event plays out. Co-main event, it was supposed to be Magomed Umalatov, undefeated Russian, taking on Don Maj. Don had a pull out. In comes in Neiman Gracie. Oh my god.
Umalatov by whatever he wants.
Remember what I was saying before the podcast? This fight just feels like it's going to be someone running the other person over. That's this fight.
Yeah. We might see some very Herbert Burnish techniques out of Neiman Gracie in this one. I would not be surprised if he's getting touched and dropped and hurt all over the place, and he's just, just gets touched and he goes down. And I mean, Umalatov is very solid with the grappling, so he might try to follow it up, like if he really is hurt, to get a ground and pound or maybe sub him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, nah, stand the fuck up so I can knock you out, and Neiman's just like, I'm not so sure about that, and we get a whole lot of the ref yelling at him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he's definitely way more of a striker.
Umalatov?
Yeah. So, like, that's where the fight IQ comes in. It's like, is he going to be smart enough to know he hurt him and be like, stand the fuck up? Like,
oh, man. I am definitely expecting just a very clean Umalatov win in this one. Let's see how that plays out. I'm sure he will be a giant favorite by the time that fight closes with the odds. So.
I mean, as of right now, he's a 14-30 favorite. So.
Oh my god, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Let's go. Next fight on the main card, the other side of the 145 bracket, a very interesting fight. I'm definitely excited to see this one. Gabriel Braga taking on Timur Kizriev. Timur, another undefeated Russian, 16-0, as well as Magomed Umalatov. Gabriel Braga, 14-1, his only loss in the championship last year to Jesus Pinedo. There's no shame in that. Jesus, a monster in that division. Gabriel is very good all around, and he's got some big power.
Yes.
I'm definitely excited to see what he can do against Timur if he's able to defend the takedowns, keep it on the feet, and land some big shots on him.
The thing that, because I don't know, Braga didn't look the greatest in his last fight against Bubba. Like, Bubba was able to hold him for literally, 4.5 minutes of the first round.
True.
But he also, went through some tragic ass shit. So it's like, I don't know how that played into his performance, and if, he could be, if, he's better now, you know what I mean? Like, who knows what was going on. So, hopefully we can just see a better performance from him. But with that, it's just looking at it, he did get held on the cage, just sitting there by Bubba for literally 4.5 minutes. And
Very
then
true.
even when the finish happened in the second round, Bubba did something to his arm.
Yeah,
you know
it was
the
arm injury, and I forgot that Braga missed weight by 4.6 pounds in that one.
Well, yeah.
So I do feel like that there probably was just a lot of, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's because last year he did, get the split decision over Chris Wade, and, just remembering that he definitely did struggle with the grappling a bit there, but just being able to do enough, so, yeah, I wonder how much he'll be able to defend the grappling of Timur. Might be a bit rough for him.
That's the big question with it, because it's just damn, is he going to be able to, if he can at least stuff a couple, keep it on his feet for a little bit, might be able to do something there, get enough to where he can win rounds.
Yeah. I mean, it's I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to get a finish out of it, you know what I mean? It's he's split on KO, TKO wins and decisions, but he definitely got some pretty good power. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Definitely, just like you said with the last one, just all of the shit with his dad passing away, it's just hopefully this time around, that's where it just sucks with the PFL because the fights are just so close together. So it's just like, oh, a little bit more time, but what, fucking 2 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
true.
what real actual time is that?
Yeah.
It's like as soon as that's over, he's thinking about this one right away. So
hopefully that's so true.
Hopefully with just at least more time, like the camp might just be slightly better, the weight will be on point, you know what I mean? Just hopefully that won't be as much of a problem. But yeah, definitely rooting for Braga in that one though.
Yeah.
And then the last fight to talk about, the last 170-pound fight, the other side of the bracket. I'm pretty sure we saw this one already.
It is an immediate rematch of their last fight of the regular season.
Yes. Shamil Musayev, Murad Ramazanov. Bruh, it's like Murad only had the grappling to go to in that fight, and he couldn't do shit with it, and then he just got finished eventually.
You mean
Murad?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's like now you're coming off already getting knocked out and putting that damage on you to having to go through whatever of a camp you had for this fight and to rematch the same motherfucking dude that just absolutely shut you down. First round knockout for Shamil. It's like
it's like this fight is like, this is one of the issues with the PFL's tournaments brackets sometimes, where you get a fight that's immediately a rematch because of how it finished and the point system. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, at least hopefully with this 170-pound like bracket with how it's set up, we might get a very fresh 17-0 Magomed Umaladov versus a very fresh 19-0-1 Shamil Musayev for the championship. So it's like
someone's O has got to go.
So yeah, I'm definitely hoping clean, easy wins on both sides, no damage at all. They get to maybe get like a nice 2-week break or something before they gotta.
Well, no, because when it goes into the championship ones, isn't there a little bit more of a break because it's usually 2 months, but this will happen in like November?
Yes, but 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where it's like,
a little bit more than they've been getting though.
Yeah, you know, it's probably a 2-3 week break maybe, just a little bit of a rest, but yeah, and then that is definitely gonna be the best matchup of all the championship fights, really the one to look out for if it ends up playing out that way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's go.
Really? He's only a minus 275.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, damn.
Braga is Timur is a bigger favorite. Umaladov should be a way bigger favorite at minus 1430.
Even Lochman's a bigger favorite over Kakamaka the third. That's really funny. But yeah. So we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, you got Ray Cooper the third on the card. James Gallagher was supposed to be on the card, but he got visa issues, so he no go on that. But yeah, hopefully we get some good shit out of PFL 9 on this Friday. Let's go. But moving on to the fights this Saturday, UFC Apex card. Like you were saying, we definitely do have a more high quality fights on this Apex card than we usually do, but like I mentioned, only 10 fights, so just a little bit shorter. The main event though,
again, only 10 fights because we haven't seen the finale of Tough yet.
Yeah 11, so yeah 11, but even so that's still kind of
it's still a shorter card. I do think it should probably be 12 fights at least, but you know, also an Apex card, so it's like.
But to headline the Apex, we got Jared Cannonier coming off of his a little bit controversial loss to Nasruddin Imavov in the last one. Just a bit of an early stoppage. He wanted to get it back as soon as possible, saying that he wanted to fight Nasruddin in Paris. Didn't get that, but he does get an Apex main event earlier than that against Caio Borralho on a very nice win streak right now. Last win, a finish over Paul Craig, which was very nice. It mostly decisions in the UFC. Paul Craig and Michel Olajeszuk are the two guys that he finished. Very finishable guys. First 5-round main event heading in against Jared Cannonier. How you guys feeling about Caio's chances in this one?
It's an interesting matchup for sure.
Yes.
Because Jared definitely has the advantage on the feet.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to see is Jared is able to stuff the takedowns of Caio Borralho. Because I know he's been taken down before, but it's mainly been like actual like wrestlers who have been taking him down for the most part.
Because just looking at like his middleweight run, it's like the best grapplers he's fought: Jack Hermanson, Marvin Vettori, Derek Brunson. Like Derek Brunson definitely the best like pure wrestler out of all of them.
Yeah. But to be fair, he also was at 205 and fought against Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, that's why I was saying the middleweight run. I feel just a bit more relevant to his actual prime and being able to perform, you know?
No, it is. Because, yeah, the other ones, yeah, it's literally Hermanson. To be fair, in terms of his, like, middleweight run after beating, like, Silva, it's all people who I would say, until he gets to the Izzy fight, all four of those guys, I would say, have better grappling than him. You got Jack, Whitaker, Gastelum, and Brunson.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's a tough fucking run, too.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Jared, he has fought so many top guys in the UFC middleweight division. It's like, yeah, like, since beating Anderson Silva, which was a very much older version, but it's like only been top 10 guys basically ever since then. So, you know, just very high level of just competition that he's going out there against. Definitely the biggest step up in competition for Caio in his career, going from Paul Craig to goddamn Jared Cannonier.
That's the thing about it, is that it's going from Paul Craig to Jared. Like, if he goes in too confident, Jared might really teach him a lesson, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm really hoping that Jared's age isn't catching up to him, you know what I mean? Like, 40 years old now, but...
Yeah.
If he can look even close to what he did in the Vettori fight, like, he could easily whoop Caio's just, you know, over the 3 rounds.
Yeah.
No, if he can defend.
Well, 5 rounds, because the main event,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But, and that's where it's like...
Over the 5, then.
If Caio... if he looks
Caio
anything
look
like... no, I was going to say, for 5 rounds, I don't think Caio can last 5 rounds with... If Jared Cannonier looks anything like he did against Vettori, Caio is not lasting 5.
Yeah, because it's like Caio is definitely... Like, in comparison with Vettori, obviously Vettori just much higher level guy in the rankings, just hanging around.
Yeah.
But in terms of their striking, Vettori's gonna be, like, in there, like, in the range, walking forward, like, you know what I mean? Caio is gonna be on his bike, circling around, trying to find his spots to, like, get in, like, land a big shot, get out of there, you know what I mean? So Jared might be able to... Huh?
Or get into a clinch to be able to grab body locks, grab double legs, drop down to a single, things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas Vettori's not looking for that all the time. But, like, that's kind of the thing is, like, I do think he needs to really set it up with his striking, get into a clinch, and then drop down into these singles or doubles. Because I feel like he shoots out from distance, Jared Cannonier fucking uppercut, and now Kyle's on wobbly legs because the last thing to go is power, and Jared still has that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's like, even with being 40 years old, he's still got way more than just power, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he is a very good striker. It's like, just, you know, in the last one, talking about, like, just good matchups against Dreek the champion. Like, I feel like Jared's a very good one for him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And with Kyle, it's like I feel like he can definitely have moments of success on the feet with a striking against Jared. But if he's not, like, to your point, if he's not able to get the takedowns and consistently get it there, hold him down, wear him out, it's like, yeah, I don't see how over 25 minutes Jared's not going to find that one big shot to probably put him out. You know what I mean? He's going to be ripping him up with the leg kicks out at range, too. Like, it. Yeah, I am definitely very excited for this one and see how it plays out. But big test for Caio. If he's able to get it done, the middleweight division is just so fucking, just so wonky right now at the top. It's like, it's just like, yeah, beating Jared Cannonier right now, it's like, what the fuck does that even get him? You know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna get the winner of like Brendan Allen Nasruddin, you know? Like,
I wasn't even gonna say that. I was thinking he might just get like fucking Vittori. Hell, yeah, like a Vittori. Maybe the loser of Imavov Allen. And the only reason I say that is I could see the winner of Imavov Allen fighting like a Whitaker if he beats Hamza, or fighting an Israel Adesanya.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
If Izzy wants to stick around and get the wins to get himself back into a title shot, someone like an Imavov is a good one. We don't need a trilogy with Vittori. We just don't. And then it's Allen, then Paulo Costa. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying like I can see that progression happening there.
That's where it's like it just doesn't feel right for Izzy to fight any of like these just guys coming up. You know, I feel like it's got to be someone with a real lot of hype and like excitement. It's like, bruh.
Besides for Chimaev at 185, there's not really anyone there who has any like huge hype or anything.
Paulo
you know what I mean?
Costa went from losing to Robert Whitaker into a #1 contenders fight with Sean Strickland that he then lost. You don't think they could try and line up Izzy Costa too, just because that's an exciting fight? And you know what I mean? Like, that's something to me that makes more sense than even a surging Nasruddin or a surging Brendan or Kaio. Like, there's no interest, I feel like, in Izzy to fight any of those names. You know what I mean? And then it's like, if you have Whitaker beating Hamzat, it's like, it's title shot or it's... I don't know. I feel like that's so hard. You know, like, it's that or it's going to be Sean Strickland or, you know what I mean? It's like, it's very hard. So that's where I feel like if Kaio gets a win here, and honestly, even Jared, it's like coming off the loss to Nasruddin, winner of this one, I feel like they're not getting too much of a big step up or like a big fight. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's just like, it is what it is type of deal.
Yeah.
I can also see one of them. I can see if Kaio wins, I can see a Vittori fight as well.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But we'll see how all of that plays out in the main event, the co-main event. I am excited for this one, and also not at the same time. It's an Angie Hill fight, so I'm always so goddamn nervous. She's taking on Tabitha Ricci. I don't know. I never, especially at this point, I feel like I'm just very unsure of the actual level of competition that Angie can beat and that she's gonna lose to. Because she just, being a fan of her for like 8 years of watching like my entire MMA experience, I've been a fan, and it's like she'll just lose fights that I think she should win. She wins fights that I feel like she's probably gonna lose. Like sometimes when I feel like it's gonna go one way, it does go that way. It's like I never fucking know. So I am just always hoping for a very fun performance, an exciting performance, and an Angie win most of all.
Yeah. She is fighting back again though, so it doesn't really move her up the rankings.
Yeah.
Sad for her.
Yeah.
She needs to get that Jessica Andrade rematch.
I know, that's where it's like, bro, it's such a hard, terrible fight for her.
Bro, they both had many wins and losses since then.
That's wins and losses, ups and downs. It's just what a great way to look at it. Fucking Angie comes going from being like just barely positive or negative and 50-50 in the UFC, you know?
Man, when was the last time she was positive? She is 12-13 right now.
Is she?
Yep.
All right.
2-fight winning streak.
God damn it, that's true. Mostly negative, sometimes 50-50, you know what I mean? Jessica Andrade, she got the title, lost the title, fought multiple... No, like, yeah, it just,
I'm not saying that with any hate. It's just
I know,
the facts.
No, I know. It's very funny. I absolutely loved her for that comment. It was just beautiful. Very Angie, you know?
Yeah. These are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed.
Yeah. But It's just hard. Tabitha Ricci, only 29 years old, just very young, 5-2 in the UFC. It's like lost to Lupi, lost to Manon Fiorot. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like she lost to Lupi, but then she beat Tisha Pennington afterwards, and so I'm like, has a win over Jillian Robertson.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Let's just hope that Angie brings her into a fucking war. You know what I mean? Like, let's just...
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's also now going to my realization, two of your, like, favorite fighters in some of the lower weight classes are both struggling to be 50-50.
Are you talking about Tim Elliott?
Yes.
My love goes many different ways, you know what I mean? It's not based on...
It was just... it was just funny. I just was like,
it's very hard being my version of an MMA fan. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Oh man, but yeah, it's like fucking it. Angie, her record is 17-13. Tabitha is 10-2. Like, she has more losses than Ricci has fights.
Yep.
She has more losses in the UFC than Ricci has fights.
She has fights.
It's just incredible. Well, it's like, I love her so much, man.
Hold up. I need to go. What is she in the UFC right now? 12 and 13? Yeah, when only 5 of your fights are outside of the UFC.
Yeah. She lied about her record to get into the Ultimate Fighter. Yep. She had one fight going into Ultimate Fighter, I'm pretty sure. She did a Muay Thai fight, a MMA fight, and then she saw the Ultimate Fighter. And she's like, oh, I'll sign up for that.
And then gets choked out by Carla Esparza in the first.
Yeah.
Fights on the season finale, takes 2 losses in a row to Tisha Pennington and Rose Namajunas. Comes back after going on a 4-fight win streak in Invicta just to immediately lose to Jessica Andrade. And then win, loss, win, 2-fight losing streak, win, loss, 3-fight winning streak.
Oh yeah.
2-fight losing streak.
Oh no.
1 fight wins a fight. 3-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
1 fight wins, loses, is now on a 2-fight winning streak.
She's great.
She's about to put together her first 4-fight winning streak inside of the UFC. And she's getting herself a Jessica Andrade rematch. Let's go, Angie.
That would be crazy at the age of 39. I would love that for her.
It's pretty crazy, 39 going into your 26 UFC fight and never won 4 in a row. It is pretty incredible, but we love her. So much respect. It's like just one of those things, you know? But yeah, let's go see how that plays out. Ryan Loder and Robert Valentine. Whoa. Tough, right, Ginger? I know you know all about him.
I know nothing.
Let's go.
About Loder. I know, if I remember right. Oh, this was a retirement. No, I don't remember this fight.
No, it doesn't show.
So. It doesn't show. He got the elbow win, though, in the first round, didn't he?
Pretty sure. I don't know.
I do not remember.
I'm pretty sure. That's the only thing if I'm right. He was the crazy guy. The crazy guy.
Yeah.
A bit tame by tough, crazy standards, but...
I mean, in terms of, like, tough standards over the last, like, 10 seasons, he's crazy, you know?
No, yeah. But overall...
Yeah.
All he did was sleep outside.
So, yeah. We'll get another fight, the last finale fight for that. Mm-hmm. But the much better fight to talk about, our boy is motherfucking getting his first top 15 opportunity. Michael Morales taking on Neil Magny.
Yup.
It's one of those things where I'm very happy that they're teeing up Michael Morales to get a ranking next to his name. Is very nice, you know? This should be a very good, easy win for him.
Yes.
But, like, poor Neil, man. He's just one of those guys that he's never catching a break. It doesn't matter. Always some of the hardest matchups in fights consistently, and that's what happens when you're very up and down and you stick around in the UFC forever, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. Last 5, he is 3-2. Beat D-Rod, lost to Birds. Beat Phil, lost to Machado. Beat Mike Malott, probably going to lose to Michael Morales.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like, yeah, did stop the, like Michael Malott coming in undefeated, stopped his hype train and all of that, but it's also like...
Mike did not come in prepared for that fight, it felt like.
No. Not only that, he's older, he didn't really fight a whole lot, like, was just... You know what I mean? Not very consistent throughout his career. But now you have Michael Morales, who is 25 years old. He's been on a good streak, 4-0 in the UFC now. Like Jimmy said, undefeated overall. And he's 6 foot, so not the tallest, but he's one of the freak welterweights that's 6 foot with a 79-inch reach. So it's like... Yep.
And Neil Magny's 6'3" with only an 80-inch reach. So there's not really any reach advantage, disadvantage there. Like, yeah, it's an inch, but it's not the craziest thing. And again, leg kick, leg kick, leg kick. If you're able to leg kick Neil Magny, you have a good way to get a win.
Yeah.
Keep out the 2 things you need to do against Neil Magny. Kick him in the leg, avoid the clinch.
Yeah. And it's like... And with the fact that Morales has like a very long reach as well, because Neil Magny, he's gonna be pushing forward with just a million jabs into the clinch and all of that. So it's, I feel like his striking level, his just frame and everything, he should be able to counter Neil Magny on the feet. It's like, you never know. Upsets, they obviously always happen, and it's like, especially just a younger guy coming in, like you said, 25 years old. It's like he does have 16 MMA fights overall, so he is pretty well experienced for his age. But but yeah, man, it's like, you never know, but definitely I'm just expecting good things from Michael Morales overall. I feel like very quickly he's gonna end up in that conversation with like Ian Gary, Jack Della, Sean Brady, like just all these up and coming guys at 170 pounds. And it all starts with your first fight in the top 15. Let's go.
It's fun that so many of them are undefeated.
Yeah.
How many of them have fought Neil Magny? I know
Shavkat, Ian. Didn't Sean Brady? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Jeff Neal, yeah. Back when he was an up-and-comer. Yeah. It's just funny to see that type of stuff. Just like, hold up.
It's like, like, fight Neil Magny. Can you win? Okay, good. You're gonna move on. Like, get back down. Like, that's...
No, exactly. I'm trying to remember.
And where is someone, like, talking about him beating Mike Malott, undefeated guy, like, like you brought up, with his age, it's kind of like, okay, that's probably the cap on him. You know what I mean? But, like, Michael Morales, like, even if he does take a loss here, it's like... 25 years old. 25. He's still like 4 years away from entering his prime, so it's like...
Yeah, because it's not that like Malott's old or anything, but he's 32, and going into the fight was 10-1 and 1 draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he started his career back in like 2011.
Yeah.
So it's just...
It's been one fight a year basically for his entire MMA career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Neil Magny is basically doing what Brad Tavares was doing when he was in the top 15. Even right now, like, he's kind of just that gatekeeper. All right, are you able to hang? Okay, cool. You won. Let's move him up a little bit. Let's see what he can do against someone like, I don't even have a name off the top of my head, but you know what I mean.
Nah, yeah. It's like Cowboy Cerrone, fucking Pedro Munoz right now for 135. Fuck Tim Elliott at 125. Like, it's one of those things where it's like so many. Because, like, the title is looked at, like, the only goal, basically, in MMA, like, people disrespect gatekeepers, but, like, it's a very hard thing to be a gatekeeper, because that means it's, like, you're losing to, like, these up-and-coming guys, but then you're still able to bounce back, get the relevant wins to maintain that spot, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just, so it's, like, I don't know. People gotta put a lot more respect on the people that have fucking... 20+ fights in the UFC. Maybe they don't have the best record, but
he has 32 fights. 32. Like, it's fucking crazy. Talking about 20+, it's like no, I know.
It just
but just because we're talking about him, you know.
It's absolutely insane. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that one. But let's fucking go. Last fight on the main card to talk about. this one is gonna be absolutely wild. It's gonna be not filled with the cleanest technique for sure, but it's gonna be filled with a whole lot of fun. Edmund Shabazian versus GM3 Gerald Meerschaert. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Does Edmund go out there and knock him out easy, or does GM3 ragdoll him and sub him, or
exactly.
I don't know.
There's no in between. It's either Jared gets him down and ragdolls him, or Edmund stuffs the takedown and then knocks out Gerald Meerschaert. I don't see an in between.
There's one in between. That's very unlikely, but I'm gonna hope for it. GM3 is able to get the clinch, struggles to take him down, but it's making Edmund work a lot, but he's able to get back up, and basically it's a whole lot of back and forth, grapple and clinching throughout the first round. They're both exhausted after that, and then 2 and 3, it's GM3 tries to grapple, can't do nothing, and then it's just swing and ugliness, just ugly, absolute tired war for the last 10 minutes of the fight into a split decision or a majority draw. That's what I'm
so specific that I think that's what's gonna happen.
That is just so specific.
It's definitely. I don't think it's the most likely, but there's that avenue, man. They're both bad enough. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, they are.
You would think GM3 should just be able to sub him, but he could easily fuck that up, and Edmund should be able to knock him out, but he could easily fuck that up. So let's go. Hopefully we get a very fun fight out of that. On the prelims, not too much going on other than one real fight. I feel we got Slava Claus. He's back taking on James. Lion Top, let's go.
Yep.
Hope for Slava to win, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, Slava's record. I just hovered over it. 2-3-1.
I know, it's crazy that this is what it's come to. I love watching him fight, but
I know, and it's 2-3-1. It's obviously not the worst, but But then even thinking about it, he's had 6 UFC fights and he's won 2 of them. It's that's crazy. Yeah. I'm just it just feels so wrong.
I know, but it's okay. I think he can win this.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if this is them trying to tee him up. You know what I mean? James only 0-1 in the UFC. You know what I mean? So
it's just so hard because beats Dakota Bush, loses to Mark DeCasey and Mike Davis back to back, beats Mahashete, draw with Nazim Sadikov, and then lost to Chase. It's just damn.
Yeah. It's rough. It's hard for sure. It's one of those things where it's I just feel like a lot of fighters would be much better suited not going to Uriah Faber's alpha male gym. That's just
we have talked about this.
Yeah, I know.
It's off the podcast. We have talked about this.
Yeah, it's he's obviously they're a very solid gym. You know what I mean? And for certain fighters, it's able to work very well.
Yeah.
But a lot of fighters are oh, that's a big gym, Uriah Faber, legend, and they go there. And I just don't think it's the proper fit for them in their style. And it's...
I feel like a lot of guys would benefit instead. If you're going to go to a bigger gym, right, would benefit from an AKA or an ATT.
I was going to say, bro, Slava at ATT... getting him able to get rounds in with Dustin and Gamrot and Armin and you know what I mean, just all just 3 guys right there in his division at the top. That's a consistent level of training that would just elevate his game so much. Where I feel we wouldn't even be having a conversation about him possibly winning this fight. It would just be such a no-brainer, you know.
I'll even go to gyms that aren't as big. I think a Factory X would be good for him, or what's the other one in Colorado? Not Trevor Whitman's.
Team Elevation.
Team Elevation, yeah. Things like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just I don't know, man. I don't like Team Alpha Male. I really don't.
But is what it is. Guys are obviously, they're gonna pick where they decide to go.
Exactly.
But yeah, other than that, not really too much going on this card. had a canceled bout between Roman Kapilov, Bruno Ferreira, a big hit to this card. That would, just goddamn
so
appendicitis for Kapilov.
That's crazy. It's like good for you because if he if that had happened later on, let's say day of the card and it didn't get and he just no, I can fight. Body shots, no. So
yeah. Oh man, so yeah, definitely a bummer to lose that, but hopefully able to heal up very well. And whether they rebook that or just this fucking Roman Kapilov and Bruno, just there's a million people in the division you could book them against, and you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? So, but let's go. That's all there is for this UFC card out of the Apex, and no fight news going on to really talk about today. So.
No, there's the one more, Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas.
Yeah, rematch between 115 pounds. It just the Ribas for a second threw me off. I'm just like, wait, flyweight, and I was like, wait, no, it's Dern, it's 15. What they got? They got Dern at 7, right?
Yeah, 7 and no, Dern at 8, Ribas at 7.
Yeah, I forgot that with her when she got bumped below Ribas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I hate rankings. It's so dumb. It's like for anyone for people that don't consistently follow it, it's so incredibly funny to just see where they are, watch an event take place, and then Tuesday see what happens to the rankings.
Yeah, they're wacky sometimes.
Even nothing will happen in that weight class, and then they'll just be like, let's just move all these things around. Like when nothing happened at bantamweight, and it's like Carol, Hosa, fucking Misha Tate, and whoever, fucking Penny.
Norma Dumont.
Oh yeah, Norma, that were all ranked at
8.
Norma,
Carol Hosa, and Misha Tate all ranked at number 8.
I love it. It is very funny. I enjoy it. So it's like keep doing things like that. It's a whole lot of ha-has.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like when they forget to just have a ranking in there too. Like that's also very funny. It's just like, oh, they forgot to have number 9. It's just 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that's it.
You want to know what's funny? Is after last weekend, so Jailton is up to number 6.
Okay.
Stipe is down to number 7.
Okay.
Marcin Tybura is down to number 9, and Spivak is bumped up 2 to tie with Stipe at number 7.
Very nice. Like, bro, it's one of those things. It's like, why does the number with Stipe even matter in the rankings at the take him out?
Can we take him out?
Like we know he's just fighting Jones, and then you know what I mean?
You want to know why that's a problem?
What else did you discover? Hold on, sorry, real quick.
Sorry, I was just seeing that Jermaine got moved up 1, and Misha Tate got moved down 3. Norma and Carol Hosa are still tied at 8. No movement there.
Yep.
This game is absolutely incredible.
But no, Jimmy, here's why you can't take Stipe out of the rankings. I'll give you the exact reason. Who the fuck is number 15?
The winner of Chris Barnett and Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Honestly, that's probably if Cortez Acosta, no. If either of them win, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. Because Waldo's on a fucking 5-fight win streak or some shit, and Chris Barnett is just awesome. So it's like if he beats him, then top 15 for sure.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Let him fight Derek Lewis, win or lose against Romanov. You know what I mean?
Is RDA? Oh, look, RDA's still in the lightweight rankings.
Yes, but
UFC.
Jesus
Christ.
Yeah, but that's all there is to talk about for this weekend. Let's go. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of the podcast. If you did, like and subscribe. We all appreciate it. Nubby appreciates it too. Yes, she does. We'll catch you all in the review of hopefully a great weekend. Peace.